You see, our problem is we have sought first the kingdom of God as an ulterior motive, haven't we? We said very much. We said very much, God, I'm going to seek first. I'm going to seek the kingdom that you might add unto me. No, God says, you let me worry about the and then. You worry about the seeking first. Not just seeking me, but making me first. Oh, there was a certain man who had desire for a young lady. And so he took her out on a date. Oh, he wined her and he dined her. He took her to a nice movie and then afterwards to a great restaurant with a great ambiance. Then he took her to the fair. They took pictures together. He won her a little stuffed puppy when he threw the ball at the little thingies, and he expended all of his monies on her. Then on the way home, he met her at the door, and she began to say, well, I had a good time. And he said, wait a minute, what do you mean we had a good time? We just started. And she said, no, I enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And he says, what do you mean? I mean, I just spent a whole lot of time with you. It's time for you to put out, is what he's saying, okay? How many of you women have experienced that? He didn't say that in outright terms, but this is what he was saying. He said, hey, I wined you, I dined you. Now it's time for you to put out. Now it's time for you to meet me. Now it's time for you to reciprocate. And the woman said, no, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I enjoyed myself. And then the gentleman became irate. And see, this is how we do the Lord. Oftentimes, if I'm not careful, I can wine and dine God with my obedience so that he'll put out. Come on. I can wine and dine him with my righteousness so that he'll put out. I can wine and dine God with trying to cross every T and dot every I so that God can put out. And see, God is doing just like the young lady's doing. The young lady wants to know, wait a second, he sure is giving me a lot of attention. Is he doing this because he likes me and it's who he is, or is he after something? Does he have an ulterior motive? Is he trying to look for the and then instead of seeking the first? And see, and oftentimes that's why we've been made to wait. Because sometimes we'll be zealous to obey at first. We'll be zealous to fulfill righteousness at first. We'll be zealous to do what God is asking us at first. But then if God seems to be slow about putting out, we begin to lose heart. And see, what God is doing in that process, he's doing a kind of a surgery. First, he's waiting on you to see if that's who you are, if that's who you're going to become. Are you going to stay with him and love him? Are you going to seek him first? Are you going to make him first? Or are you going to do it strictly for an ulterior motive? Because if you do it after an ulterior motive, it's not after his will, it's not after his kingdom, but yours. Oh. And so what God is doing, some of you in your obedience, he's allowing you to go for a season of being obedient, of doing what he's asking you to do, of following the things he's asking you to do, and the directions he's asking you to do. And he doesn't reward you because what he's doing is he's surgically extracting your will. He's surgically extracting your self-centeredness, your selfish ambition, your ulterior motive, where it's not really about him, but really about you. See, I have to seek first his kingdom, his will, not mine. Seek first what he wants, not what I want. God knows what I want. He's going to supply the and then all these things will be added unto me. He's got my and then. He's wanting me to have his seek first the kingdom, not to just simply seek, but to seek first. Are you seeking first the kingdom? Are you seeking his will first? Are you attempting to establish his will in your situation for his name's sake, and not just in name alone, but really for your own sake?